What a weekend at the K. The Royals rallied but fall short in one of baseball's competitive series.
Both never quit. Both got great offense, great pitching, and we got to go out there and find a way to beat each other. It's gonna be a long.
I have all my family here. They're like, "Oh man, out of all teams, you get drafted to the Broncos." Well, I tell them at least I wasn't drafted as a Raider.
All right, folks. Kansas City native and longtime Chiefs fan is now a Denver Bronco tonight. How he overcame the many ups and downs of this whirlwind of a week. And we're breaking down the Chiefs' 9 picks with former Chiefs defensive back J.C. Pearson. Let's get this party rocking. You know how this goes. Off the bench starts now.
From KCTV 5, this is Off the Bench with Sports Director Michael Coleman.
Good evening. Welcome to Off the Bench. Let's start this party. I am Michael Coleman. The Chiefs have their guys. Tonight, J.C. Pearson joins us to break down the 2015 NFL Draft. He's sitting on the sideline. And one of the Chiefs' biggest needs is something he knows a lot about, the defensive backs. But we begin first. First place on the line for the Royals and the Tigers. Royals down Lorenzo Cain, serving his 2-game suspension. But the infield, they pick up the slack. Ian Kinsler grounds it to Christian Colon. Colon with a dart to Infante, tags Jose Iglesias, and still gets Kinsler at first. How about that? He describes how this play worked out.
I got it quick, and I took a peek at him, and I figured he was kind of off, and O was coming towards the bag, so I'm like, we'll get this guy out right here. And then when I saw him throw it, it's like, this is a pretty nice double play.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen a double play like that before.
I don't know if you'll see a better double play. I don't know if there's been a better double play this year.
And to the 4th inning, Alex Avila singles to right. And what does that do? Well, Paulo Orlando misplays it, and the base is clear. It's now a 4-0 Detroit lead. Folks, a rough day at the office for Jeremy Guthrie. Top of the 5th, Ian Kinsler on first. Miguel Cabrera goes deep, way deep, a 2-run home run. And the Royals are down 6-0. But wait, here comes the rally. Bottom of the 7th, Eric Hosmer sends a shot down the right field line. He's standing at second and sends Kendrys Morales to third. They both will score. Then, bottom of the 8th, 6-3, Morales sends a shot to left center. Alex Gordon, he'll score. It's a 2-run game, but that is where the rally would end. Royals lose 6-4, and they split the series with the Tigers, but that late rally is nothing to scoff at.
When you go into a game like that, and you got no hits going into the 6th inning and you're down 6 runs, to bring the tying run to the plate in the 8th inning, that's a mark of a good team. To battle back and keep staying after it, it's good to have a club that does that just doesn't pack it in. This club doesn't do that.
Oh, we never give up. The game's never out of reach for us. We just go out there every night or today and try to find a way to win a ball game. And, we came up a bit short to a great Detroit team.
They're a good team. We're a good team, and it's we split the series, but I think we just have to be ready next time we face them.
Okay, in tonight's Nebraska Furniture Mart game changer, we have to wonder where the Royals would be had they not come out swinging. They started this series scoring 8 straight runs and kept that offense going to win the first 2 games. Now, without those 2 wins, the Royals would not be just a half a game out of first place, splitting with the Tigers. It could have been worse. We'll try to gain some ground this week against the struggling Cleveland Indians. At the Sporting Park, the home crowd behind Sporting KC as they took on a familiar foe from the East, the Chicago Fire. Second half, 75-minute mark, Sporting's Jalil Anibaba with the cross to Paulo Nagamora. Header for the center is good. Sporting leads 1-0. Final minutes of stoppage time. Chicago with one last try, but they cannot gain control. Sporting wins 1-0, and they're now tied for 3rd in the West. Joining me now, former Chiefs defensive back, J.C. Pearson. How you doing, J.C.?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be back. It's been a while.
Well, it must be closer to football season.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk football. Chiefs took 9 picks total in this year's NFL draft. The top picks, 2 of them defensive backs, offensive lineman, and a wide receiver. All are areas of need. Now, in the final rounds, they took 2 linebackers, a tight end, defensive tackle, and wrapped things up with 1 more wide receiver. Now, breaking this down, let's focus first on your area of expertise, because you can play pretty well on that other side of the ball,
right?
The defensive back. That's where the Chiefs went first with Marcus Peters out of your alma mater, Washington.
Yep.
UW, as y'all call it. Yep. They also took Steven Nelson from Oregon State in round 3. JC, your take on Peters?
Well, I've watched him over the years. Like you said, he went to my alma mater, so I know a lot about this kid. And, I mean, he has everything that you want in a defensive back. He's got size, he's got speed. You can see here he plays good bump and run, physical man-to-man coverage, but he can also play off the ball. He's got those loose hips. He can turn and run with guys. He can play zone, he can play man, and he's not afraid to hit a guy. But you see the ball skills right there. Had some off-the-field issues. A lot of people thought, or some people thought, he was the best corner in the entire draft. So to get him at number 18, if they can have a support system for him, that could be a huge steal for the Chiefs.
I like his attitude.
Absolutely, it helps him. At that position, you have to have a swagger and an attitude about yourself because, look, there's nobody else around. It's you and that other guy, and you got to have that confidence that he cannot beat me. So his attitude on the field actually helps him become a better player.
Okay, now the Chiefs also needed to fill some shoes and holes on the offensive line. They did that with one pick. Their second pick, the guard, Mitch Morse from Missouri. Do you like this pick by John Dorsey?
You know, I do, because Mitch Morse has that, and we've watched Mizzou games over the years. He's got that nasty offensive lineman attitude that you want. You can see he's a big guy that can move and get out and pull. If he can win that center spot, then great. If not, he provides a lot of depth and versatility for this offensive line. Can play inside, can jump outside and play tackle, as we see here, can move and pull, played in that spread offense. So I think he's going to do a great job and be a great fit for this offense.
All right, now, finally, speaking of offense, after the wide receivers of last year, they fell miserably in the end zone, that is. Chiefs Kingdom, they want some guys who can score. Of course, they picked up Jeremy Maclin during the offseason, but they also drafted 2 wide receivers, too. The third pick was the WR from Georgia, Chris Conley, and with the very last pick, they took Deron Brown of Northern Illinois. I will hold it against them to Southern Illinois. Let's talk about Conley. JC, was this the best option for them in the third round?
Well, you know, you never know how it's going to play out until a couple years down the line. But I tell you what, this young man has got size. He's got speed. You can see him right here. Georgia didn't throw the ball a whole lot. Obviously, they had Todd Gurley at running back, so he didn't get a lot of opportunities. But all the numbers are there, the intangible size, speed, can catch the ball. Just needs more opportunities, so they're going to have to work with him, get him polished up. But all the attributes are there for him to be a good player in this league, and I really expect him to play a lot next year.
Well, and of course, Andy Reid's offense is one that's so cerebral. There's a lot of things you have to learn. Young guys come in to play today's game. It's not an easy thing.
It's not an easy thing, but you can see right here at Georgia, if you play in the SEC, obviously you're a little more prepared because that's the best college football conference in America. But yeah, he's got to get in the playbook as all of the rookies do. He's got to learn the mental part of the game. But what you like is he's got the physical part. You don't have to really worry about that. So you get him up to speed, making sure he understands what he's supposed to do on plays, and then now those physical attributes can take over, and hopefully he can make some plays like this for the Chiefs.
You are mid-season form, my friend. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you close to training camp.
I appreciate it. See you
soon. All right, J.C. Pearson. Now, more on the draft coming up as I sit down with KC's Shane Ray from Bishop Miege. The Missouri Tiger had a week, as you know by now, of ups and downs, but he is owning up to it all. Hear from him next. And would you like to play with the pros? And you don't even have to get drafted. How you can get the full experience of playing for the Chiefs with some of the Chiefs greats. That's coming up next. You're watching Off the Bench in high definition, brought to you by Sprint. We'll be right back.
This is Off the Bench with sports director Mike.